The former departmental head says the government must tighten measures in the expenditure for the 2018 budget. Having set for 7 budgets during his 2 terms, Kambori says development must not come at the price of deficit.
In my time as secretary, even international financing or loan financing was not done in an ad hoc manner with political directive. It went through the planning cycle. We had the policy cycle, we had the planning cycle, and development partners, whether they be grant donors or concessional financiers, they followed the cycle. So we would come up with a development policy, a development strategy, a public investment framework, which is now called a capital investment.
National Planning Minister Richard Maru presented the development budget today. The highlight of the budget was the announcement of a program called the Economic Stimulus Package, intended to prevent any economic slowdown and to encourage growth.
I intend to talk about the economic growth stimulus package that this government is announcing today. Our focus in the development budget, apart from completing many of the projects that we've already started, is about growing the economy. A broad-based economy that will sustain growth in the medium term and into the future.
Continuing from the legacy of the Look North policy by the Somare government, the Asian Development Bank and China are 2 major international lenders featured on the budget. Most of their funds are for infrastructure development and for redevelopment purposes like maintaining roads and bridges.
We want to build 4 new wharves. We are going to fund feasibility studies to put 4 new international wharves in Wewak in Vanimo, in Kikori in the Gulf province, so the Southern Highlands, Enga, and the Hela province can come down to Kikori and pick up all their goods. They don't have to go all the way to Leh.
Following the recent APEC summit in Vietnam, the government is now adapting itself to the Chinese President Xi Jinping's Belt and Road Initiative. An example is the high-priority economic road project. But former Secretary Kambori says to keep jobs in the country, the government must repeal the decision to outsource private service providers in maintaining roads.
We are now living with the legacy of the World Bank Structural Adjustment Program. World Bank came in 1996 when the country was in a fiscal crisis under the state government, and then introduced a number of stringent measures. One of them was to abolish all these agencies. And one of the agencies they would abolish is the Plant Transport Authority or Plant Transport Branch, which had all the road maintenance gear right across the whole country. All our national highways and provincial highways had all the PTB. You remember the PTB?
Harry Agimbari, National EMTV News.